we started to feel pretty comfortable with the Toyota brand. And the Toyota brand's one you have the option of either replacing or repairing, either one. At least now you do. And so we stuck with that brand, and then we went to market with it. So we just continually learned and grew and became really the resident experts on Priuses in general. They look us up on the web when they, get the bad news from the dealership. Usually it's, they get told it's $3,500 or it could be $2,900. It's somewhere in that ballpark, always around $3,000. And they're going, man, this car's worth about $3,000. I'm not going to put that in it, but it's still a decent car. So it is worth $1,000.
So how old is the car at this point?
We're working on a lot of 07s, 08s. Mostly 06s and 07s, though. So they're going, these batteries are, especially on the Gen 2s, I mean, these things go 10 to 14 years, I would say, depending on how they're kept.
I mean, this is the first time you've had a roadmap to see what happens after 10 years of, a hybrid car. I mean, we're finding out the value of the car 10 years later for the first time. So over the last 10 years, what have you found out? Was it worth the buy? I've always been hesitant because putting money into a vehicle where the battery is the most expensive component and not knowing.
If you're going to buy a car that's 8 to 10 years old and it's a hybrid, you need to plan for the fact that you are going to eventually have to replace that hybrid battery, whether it be at the 10-year mark or the 12-year mark or the 13-year mark, somewhere in there, you're going to have to replace a hybrid battery. And what we're seeing with these Gen 2, so a Gen 2 Prius is the 04s through the 09s. That's Gen 2, and then the 10s through the 15s are Gen 3s, and then you get into Gen 4s. But what we're seeing with these Gen 2s is that these things they are so well built that 200,000 to 300,000 is definitely in the realm of possibilities. We see them all the time. They run great, but you got to keep the battery underneath of them. So what really is driving the marketplace now is not so much, well, it's saving me money. It is. It's definitely saving you money. Those things get 45 to 50 miles a gallon, even those older cars. But what it is I'm able to, for $1,000, even, let's say worst case scenario, for $1,000, where you're covered fully for 12 months, no matter what, you're limited after that. So you're only paying $395 before travel. You're paying less than $100 a month for transportation.
Yeah, I guess I just, finding out that your hybrid can take you that far is something I didn't know. 300,000 is possible. The hesitation has always been this battery is eventually going to be.
You think it dies when the battery dies. I think
exactly.
That's it, right?
But that's just not the fact, is what you're saying. There's a solution, and the battery is repairable. It's more repairable now than it ever was before because of people like you.
That 100,000 miles is worth a lot of money.